I'm Kathy from Tooele, Utah, and we are playing 9-hole, and I just won. And I'm a big BYU Cougar fan, so go Cougars. And Dal.
And it's time to...
And it's time to what?
Catch up.
Catch up. Catch up. Oh.
That was awesome. Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, April 22nd, and today is a little bit of one of those bucket list things we wanted to do in our lives, and we're doing it today. So we're going to try to record it. It's a time-consuming thing, but we're going to be going through the Panama Canal today. So tankers are lined up. I'm not sure how it works here, but there's a couple, one for big ships and one for, I don't even know how to explain it, so it's my first time ever, but we're experiencing it. There's a lot of cranes and all the stuff you see in major ports. Pretty cool. So I'll document it as good as I can today for you guys. But we're doing the Panama Canal. A lot of people got up really early to get the front rail, but this is actually pretty cool. So beautiful day. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday, April 22nd, and it's about 75 degrees. Nice breeze with the boat going nice and slow. Pretty cool. We'll document it for you guys and let you guys see the inner workings of the Panama Canal. So we do not get off of this. We're gonna ride this out. Give you some more beautiful views of the ship. Ellen's down there at the Iguana Taco Bar today. Well, it's right below me. The iguanas is really good eating the food. And there's the Guy Fieri. We watched the movie right there last night. This is the side of the ship right there. We just passed the break, so we're getting close to I'm not sure where the mechanism is at, but we're getting there. But we'll be back. Love you guys. Bye. Okay, we're checking back in. It's starting to get a little narrower, as you can see from the sides of the canal. It starts to narrow. We're good. Coming up upon the suspension bridge, I think that's leading us to the locks that are right there. But as we get closer, we'll show some stuff. We're going very slowly, as you can tell. We're going to ease on our way. There's two channels. There's one this way, there's one this way. So let's listen to this.
Here on the side, once the ship has breakwater, enters the canal on the Atlantic side, and it will transit for about 6 miles before we get to the first set of locks. We have transited into the canal. Ship was approached by several boats. Panama Canal Carnival will be in control of the navigational part of the entire transit. As we entered canal waters, so a lot of ships on both sides. Some of those have already gone through the canal, and waiting for some things that they have ordered.
I'm not sure if you could hear him saying, what he's saying is there's multiple locks through the canal. It's like 20 miles wide, so you got to go through portions very slowly, and you got to.
Scheduled ships to go from the Atlantic to the Pacific early in the morning, and from the Pacific to the Atlantic same time. So about midday, there will switch then transits through the locks on both ends. There are 3 sets of locks in the canal. The original canal has a cruise on the Atlantic side, Pennsylvania and Minnesota on the Pacific side.
We'll come back when we get closer, okay? Okay, this is, we finally meet the suspension bridge here. He said there's 240, I think he said 242 feet of clearance, so we'll go under it easily. He did mention earlier that the larger ships, there's 3 bridges that we're going to go under. The last one's only 201 feet of clearance that the larger vessels have to wait till extreme low tide or they can't pass under. But we're going to experience going under this bridge here, which is something you don't get to do often. It looks like it's right there at the top of our boat, but the Verrazano Bridge, we only cleared that by like 10 feet. And it looked like it was right there. We had Mama's toes that are freshly done pedicure toes in the video for that one, huh, Mama? Pretty neat. It's going to take all day, and I'll document as much as I can. But I'm still having some fun. So look at this. We're going to go right into this thing. I don't know if that's a pedestrian bridge or not. I can't tell. Yeah. So I would say we're clearing this bridge probably by 40, 50 feet, give or take. The balls aren't the top, it's the tower that's in front of the top, so pretty cool though. Instant shade, takes the temperature down about 10 degrees like that, just like that, for a few, pretty cool, the shadows. Pretty neat. Okay, as we get closer into the canal, I'll bring it back, okay guys? Good morning, it's April 22nd, Friday morning. Is this today Earth Day? And there's our 2 guys that are going to help guide us through. The Colón and the THRU. We'll be back. Okay, what he's explaining to us is there's the little channel. We're going to fit our big cruise ship in this little channel on the left. Right, and see the doors are closing. The doors are closing right behind that ship, and they're going to fill him up. So we're going to go next after this ship here. So if you look in that channel there, the channel doors are closing so they can fill the water. So I'll pause it a little bit and let you see that ship will be a little higher. Then you pull into the next one, you're a little higher. Way up front there, if you look at, there's like a little beige and black. Tell me if I can pull it in for you guys. Okay, that black ship is already up on the level where we're going to be eventually. So there's a lock. They fill it up, go forward, fill it up, go forward, fill it up. So
those eagles up there, or just around.
Cool. I'm focusing on the channel here. So we're slipping our ship inside this little thing on the left, and then we're going to be next. And we climb in a sense we climb the ladder here to this ladder here to this ladder here.
So what's your favorite cruise?
We'll be back.
All of them.
Okay, so what he just explained is we're gonna pull in, and when we get to our certain spot, these little trains down here, instead of having us to gas to the next section, they tie off and they center you and they pull you forward with their own set of pulley systems, and they're chains, so you're not having to gas and potentially get off center. So the trains are hooking up there. They just threw their lines across. These guys right down there, they're gonna pull in, either pull our chain across or pull their whatever rope across, and then they'll be our centering trains to keep us, and they'll pull us from the one lock to the next. So if you can see up as we get closer and closer, that big beige boat that's on the right there, he's up in the upper lock. They're gonna drain his potential, the one he's in, lower him, and then pull him forward. If you look on both sides of the canal there's train tracks that these little guys, these little probably very powerful little engines here, will pull the big boats from one section to the next section. and he leaves from he leaves from here, and then leaves this way, and then we enter. Where my finger in here, and we go up. So pretty neat. Pull it back a little bit. We're getting to position. I'm not sure how long this is going to be hours, guys. So I don't know. I'm not going to film the whole hour, but it's really, really neat. These little trains down here, they look like they have a lot of power. Pretty neat system. They got it down to a science. Obviously, it's been going for decades. We've been through a smaller version up in Seattle, and the Ballard locks. There's also one that separates Lake Washington from Puget Sound, and it's a small one for little private boats and small sailboats and stuff like this. This is on a grand scale. This is amazing. They say it takes about 8 hours to go through the entire canal. I'll film from time to time to let you guys see segments, but it is an intricate. Instead of having to drive all the way around sail around all around the Cape Horn, so pretty cool. I'll be back. Love you guys. Like and subscribe. Travels from Miami to Seattle. This is left Sunday, today's Friday, so this is day 6. Yeah, day 6. So I got 10 this day and 10 more to go. My gosh, this is a great vacation. So the gambling's been kind of fun. We were down about 2,000 originally at the first 3 days, and then Ellen and I went on kind of a heater. She hit a couple of $500 minors, and we ended up walking out that night about 3,000 up. So we're up for the trip gambling wise. We didn't gamble the last 2 days, just experiencing everything, vacation stuff. We did Cartagena. We're gonna do we did Jamaica. We're gonna do this today, and then we're doing Costa Rica tomorrow, and then there's quite a few days of just at sea sailing. We'll be in Cabo San Lucas in a few days. We've been to Cabo many times because it's so close to San Diego. We travel there a lot. And then into Seattle. So after Costa Rica, there's only one more stop before Seattle. So it's a lot of sea days without, but it's a lot of fun. The casino's open 24 hours a day. Oh my gosh. But that'll be fun. We'll get there when we can, smartly. We knew we were not going to gamble 16 days in a row, although we want to. We know it's not smart to do that, so go ahead. Carnival Spirit, so much fun. Everybody's up forward so you can see everything going on, but you'll see plenty of view from where we're at. Love you guys. Be back. So if you can tell, see now, let's see the larger bay ship on the right. Let's pull it in for a second. He has now come from the upper section to the middle section, and they've just pulled him into position with those little trains. They'll lower that section to, if you can see right in front, this section now will be filled, this will be filled up with the water from there, and they'll lower the boat, and then he'll open the gates and he'll go out. We're in the transition on the left side, doing the exact opposite. We'll go into the lower chamber, fill the lower chamber, and we'll float to the second chamber, open the gates, fill it, let us go into they'll take that water, push it into the middle section. Pretty neat, that large black ship right here, oh sorry, my finger, right there, was just released from the upper chamber, so he's on his way out to sea on the Pacific Ocean side, and we'll be there probably 4 or 5 hours from now. We're waiting for the ship that was in front of us to fill herself up and move forward, so pretty neat just to experience this for the first time. It is, like I said earlier, it's very time consuming. But you can see those two little trains down there pulling us. We're not, the engines are just on idling. These guys are pulling us, if you can see it, and they're on the train tracks pulling us forward into position. So we'll be back. Love you. So I'll pull the camera in so you'll see the transition. The gate that's right in front of that big ship right there is opening because the level now is met the level of the lower chamber. He is in a sense not sunk down. His chamber is lowered down to the level of the lower level. Ours was emptied to match the level of this level. So let me pull back just a little bit, and we're going to start sliding into position to our lowered tank. As it took our water from this side, it put it into there, so we'll transition at the same time. You see the gate slowly opening and he'll slide on through to the lower level as we slide on to, and to go up from the lower level to the middle level. Pretty ingenious. As you can tell, it's a slow time-taking process. But that's how the Panama Canal works, and there's 3 chambers. I think he said each from one chamber to the next is 28 feet from one to the next, which is, I didn't understand why. I know the Pacific Ocean connects with us at some point way down south, but at this particular point in the globe, the water level is 28 feet higher times 3, if I heard that right. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm just going by what I hear. But each section is raised a number of feet to the next level, or lowered to the lower level, to make sure that you can get out instead of going all the way around. That is a big ship in that channel, isn't it? He's barely in. If you look down at ours, we've just been released, and we barely fit into this chamber. We're pulled right to the side. We're just kind of wobbling around, waiting for our turn. But that ship is now sliding forward. The trains are on the right-hand side of him, the beige and blue ship on the right. They're pulling him. Those trains will go down that little slope to the next level, pull him into position, reclose the gates, and then drain that side. Put it back to our side, and we'll get pushed up through as well. So water goes back and forth from one chamber to this side, and the boats go in at the same time, and in relativity to each other. So one's going down, one's going up, using the same water. So pretty cool. So as you can see, they're now starting to drain the chamber on the right, so that vessel can leave here shortly. That water is coming out at a massive amount. The guy's saying 3 million gallons a minute, and he'll be released from that chamber here shortly. Pretty cool. Yeah, so they're now pulling us. If you can, I'll pan it down. They're now pulling us into position in our lower chamber, just very slightly, just as fast as they safely can. There's 2 trains on each side running our move those little guys right there. They're actually going up a ramp now to pull us into position. And as soon as he gets through those gates, they'll pull him to outside because the berth gets a little wider as it exits the canal, and then he'll probably get permission sometime around here to go on his own. Look at that water. Pretty amazing. I mean, I run some large pumping stations in SeaWorld. You guys know that. At our killer well facility, we pump 36,000 gallons every minute. This guy's saying it's 3 million gallons a minute. That would fill our entire killer well pool at San Diego in 2 minutes. That's crazy. I'll pause for 1 second just to see when he gets ready to open the gates. And just like a normal escalator, in a sense, right behind this beige boat, there's another boat right here in position. He's already at the upper level, ready to go. We're making our transition on this side, behind these boats here. So everybody gets in line and does their thing. They know it takes time. Okay, we're back, and we're almost alongside this very large transport vessel. These gates will open here. Let me pull it back. Wow, ooh, tight. Let me pull it back out tight. Okay, here we go. They're almost at level, and soon they'll be pulling this large vessel out to sea, and we'll be going into our chamber on the left. Pretty ingenious. They call it one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is literally connecting 2 oceans via a 20-mile stretch of land. through this little Panama Canal here. That's pretty neat. And that's the process. So I won't show you all levels because it's a lot. And it's hot out here right now. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's already 90 degrees. He was saying though that their water replenishes. Like I live in San Diego, we get to 6 to 8 inches. That's 6 to 8 inches of rain every year. In Panama, he said they get over 200 inches of rain every year. I couldn't imagine that. Crazy. But we're pulling alongside the gate right here now. And this will open here shortly because it's almost at level. So instead of traveling, I don't know how many days it saves you when you go around Cape Horn. I think it's worth the 8 hours. It's worth the 8 hours of, you might call it an inconvenience, but it's actually a very big convenience to get through this instead of going all the way around the world down to the bottom. Water's still pumping like crazy. We just came from over there. This whole process, since we got in the chamber, let me look at my watch real quick before I drop this phone. We got into the position around 7 o'clock. It's now 9:30. The sun is out. Some may ask, how does that gate keep the water out? Well, as water pressure is a very powerful thing. We utilize water strength at SeaWorld a lot. In a lot of cases, things called watertight gates. These are examples of watertight gates. The gates are just the mechanism, and they go into position, open and close, right? But in the middle, there's a big rubber seal, and as water gets heavier on one side of the gate, and it's light because there's no water here on this side of the gate, it pushes the gates closed and gets that rubber to seat on the rubber. It's called a rubber seat, and they become watertight gates, using the water's energy to help seal the gate themselves. So I may be way off on my footage there. So there's markers on the side of the wall right there that go from 47, where the water's at now, to 73. That's, what is that, 20? 44 to 20, that's 23 feet in each chamber. So it's, wow, we're literally going up over 60 feet from one side of the ocean to the end to the next. Wow, look at those big old fish. Oh my God, those are tarpon. Those are tarpon. Yeah, we got big tarpon swimming down here in this chamber. Huge. So they're getting ready to release. They're going to go from the Pacific side to the Atlantic side as soon as this gate opens. There he is. See him along the fence line right there? Holy cow. Big boys. No, those aren't tarpon. Those are, I can't remember what those are. But there were tarpons out in the middle. See the trains the trains are in position to pull them to the next chamber. The water's slowing down. These gates should open here pretty quickly. I shouldn't say quickly, nothing's quick here. Look out in the middle again, right in the middle of the big school of fish right there in the middle. There's a bunch right along the fence line right there. Waiting for their turn to get out. I'll pause for a second. And like I said earlier, like clockwork, they're pulling the next ship into position from Chamber 3 into Chamber 2. We're almost alongside now this very large, obviously, oil tanker. This water level has stopped draining. This gate should be opening soon. they may be waiting for us to get into position because we're passing our gates now. It's in the same section. I'll pause until that happens so that you see it, and then that'll be the Panama Canal. And then I'll show you at the end. I don't want to bore you guys with the inner workings from chamber 1 to chamber 2 to chamber 2 to chamber 3. I'll show you when we disembark this area. Is that the right word? As we leave this area, I'll show you the finishing, which is about 4 hours from now. So we'll be back. And the gates are opening. They'll slowly pull this ship into position, and he goes out into the open ocean on the Atlantic side. He just completed the 3 steps. We're just starting ours. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you. I'll show you more if we can, but we're about 5 hours from being released, so I'll catch you up on the backside. But that's chamber 1, 2, and 3 of the Panama Canal. So much fun to come. We still got Costa Rica tomorrow, Cabo San Lucas in Mexico side. 8 or 9 days of sailing and having some fun. We'll show you more of the ship. We haven't even been to the kids side yet because there's no kids here. And more gambling, of course. Shows and stuff like that. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share the word. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you. Shout out to Chris and Lou, Slot Exotic, and Super Squirrel for having a great time in Florida. I can't wait to get back to Keno Nation. We got Keno Nation 4 coming up in July 8, 9, 10. I love you guys. Cash out. Bye.
They have to follow the same.
Okay, so we finished the lower locks on Treasure 3. We are now in, what do they call it? Lake what?
I have no idea.
Lake
As we continue
Geigers River? Not Tigers, but we're in the lake now. We're 85 feet above where we started. We started at 0 sea level. We're at 85 feet. So we went up 85 feet. We went up 85 feet in those 3 locks. We're now going to go through this lake and get in about 15, 20 miles from here. And then we're going to step back down to sea level on the Pacific Ocean side. I'm learning a lot. I misspoke a couple of times, so don't get on my case too hard. But I'm having a great time. New friends, Kathy and Dow. They're teaching us games that we can beat them at, which is kind of fun. But it's so much fun. So we're inside. It's really hot outside, so we're inside having a good time. We'll check back in when we start stepping down. Love you guys. Bye. I want to see something so cool. So we're in the casino, but we're still passing through the lock, the 3rd lock. So we're almost at the Pacific Ocean, but it's dinner time, so I won't show you that on the way out, but you guys get the gist. We've gone through 3 ladders, and they're pulling us out into the Pacific Ocean. So we got here at 7 o'clock this morning. It is now 6 p.m. Yeah. So let's go. Going to dinner. Love you guys.